Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Clinton Center's Frank and Kula Campuris Distinguished Lecture Series. I'm Stephanie Street, and I serve as the Executive Director of the Clinton Foundation. We're so pleased that all of you could join us tonight for this very special program. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Campuris family for making this outstanding lecture series possible, and also Dean Skip Rutherford and his staff at the Clinton School of Public Service, Clinton Foundation CEO Bruce Lindsay, the Clinton Foundation staff and volunteers, and AT&T. Before I introduce tonight's distinguished speaker, I would like to introduce a very special guest and cherished friend of President and Secretary Clinton, Bryn Simon. Because of the generosity of Bryn Simon, we are fortunate to bring to Little Rock this amazing exhibition you'll see later tonight. Read My Pens, the Madeleine Albright collection. Bryn was not only responsible for sponsoring the exhibit here at the Clinton Center, but also for underwriting the exhibit's premiere at the Museum of Art and Design in New York. Bryn Simon, an Arkansas native, has long been dedicated to improving the lives of others by supporting numerous charitable, political, and civic organizations. Bryn, thank you so much for your friendship and generosity and for being with us as we celebrate the opening of this exhibit. Another special guest with us this evening is Dan Burke, Executive Vice President, Administration, and General Counsel for St. John Knits. St. John Knits provided generous support for Secretary Albright's latest book, Read My Pens, Stories from a Diplomat's Jewel Box, published in connection with this exhibit. Dan, thank you for being with us tonight. We're also pleased to have Pamela Smith, weekend anchor for KATV, as the moderator for the question and answer period of our program. Pamela is a native Arkansan and has been an anchor for almost 20 years, as well as an active volunteer in our community. Thank you, Pamela, for also being a part of our program. And now it is my honor to present our very distinguished lecturer. Madeleine K. Albright was the 64th Secretary of State, serving from 1997 until 2001. She was the first woman to hold that position, which she assumed after 4 years as the United States Permanent Representative to the United Nations. During her tenure, Dr. Albright was known for her strong commitment to democracy, arms control, human rights, and peace in the Middle East, Africa, and other regions of conflict. She played a lead role in forging America's successful response to terror and ethnic cleansing in Kosovo, and was a forceful advocate of bringing war criminals to justice. But the Secretary is here tonight for something quite unprecedented. In addition to being a first, she has put together an unprecedented collection of pins, primarily costume jewelry, and used them as a diplomatic tool in America's arsenal. She'll talk about them further, but I would like to quote Robin Givhan, a reporter from the Washington Post, who wrote, "With Read My Pens, Albright has done what no glass-ceiling busting, power brokering, globe-trotting diplomat has attempted, written a book that speaks directly to her personal style and emerged with her brainy reputation unscathed. In the world of politics, it is an accomplishment that requires more self-confidence and swagger than a million tell-alls, mea culpas, and cover-my-flank preemptive literary offenses. There remains a tendency among some to believe that women who consider their clothes must surely be neglecting world peace. But as Albright says, just because we wear earrings doesn't mean we can't think." Well, it is my pleasure to welcome back to Little Rock a woman who can truly think, Secretary Madeleine Albright.
Great introduction. Thank you. Thank you. Great. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Well, thank you, Stephanie, and it's wonderful. It's like old home week. And thank you for telling everybody who I am, because not everybody always knows. Not long ago, I was coming back from China, and Chicago was the first port of entry, and I was there getting undressed for the security people, and I put my stuff down on the conveyor belt, and the lady ahead of me said, "So where'd you get all those screw-top bottles? My bottles all leak." And I said, "Well, I got mine at the Container Store." And then I was going through the magnetometer, and the guy, TSA guard, looked at me and he said, "Oh my God, it's you." He said, "I'm from Bosnia, and we all love you in Bosnia, and if it weren't for you, there wouldn't be a Bosnia, and you're always welcome in Bosnia, and can I have my picture taken with you?" So he then stops the whole line. We have our picture taken, and I go back to get my stuff. And the lady of the screw-top bottles says, "So what exactly happened here?" And I said, "Well, I used to be Secretary of State." And she said, "Of Bosnia?" So thank you. I really am delighted to be here, and Stephanie, I want to thank you for organizing all of this, and Bren, really, truly, you are a great friend, and without you, none of this. So thank you very, very much. I also want to thank Bruce Lindsay and his wife Hallie and Dean Rutherford, and I also want to acknowledge that General Wes Clark and his wife Gert, who are very good friends, and delighted that they're here. And I really want to thank the Compuris family for hosting and sponsoring this event. Thank you very, very much for your kindness and generosity. We just had a good picture taken, and I think we will be fast friends. Thank you.